Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I am Besa Gordon.
And I am Curtis Stilgardo II, a.k.a. Cuddy.
Now, of course, you guys already know we have an amazing show lined up for you today. Plus, we even have some guests. Of course, we're going to have our weekend warm-up. Cuddy's going to do his Artist Corner. We will also be joined by my girl, Trey Renee, for City Beats. We have my girl, Elisha Michelle, who we talked about last week. Plus, we also have Josalyn Ford of the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle pulling up on us. In the meantime, in between time, Cuddy, we have some comfy things on our table. What's it?
We got a lit show, and we got a weekend warm-up, but why wouldn't we warm ourselves up?
You know it is a little chilly.
Come on. It's cold outside. But today is a special episode as I have been highlighted for the Creator Series with All Herbal Coffee. This is a alternative-based coffee brand that's here in Seattle, and they're highlighting artists. So it's the Creator Cup Series, and you want to make sure that you tap in with them and get more information via alt_x coffee or their website at yourkeywellness.com. So they're doing big things, got some dope partnerships and everything on the line. So, just be on the lookout. And hey, when you get your product, just make sure to tag them and make sure you do the hashtag Sit Different. Because, we're doing things differently around here. Alternative way of living. You feel me?
Have you tried it yet?
I actually had one sample, but this flavor is a little different. It's a vanilla chai. So tell me what you think.
I like it.
He said, tastes good too.
I like the chai. I love a good chai moment, okay?
And this is good because it's like, I'm not like a traditional coffee drinker. And so the fact that this is mushroom and like herbal based, it's definitely like, because coffee has like all the jitters and all that stuff. This doesn't give you that, keeps you laser focused, and it tastes good. So
I guess I just drink too much coffee. I don't get the jitters anymore.
But now you gotta you gotta sip different. Now you can do that. So shout out to
Re-regulate.
Alt. Yeah, shout out to Alt. Again, that is alt_x coffee. So tap in.
I know that's right. Now, speaking of tapping in, I'm gonna keep drinking my coffee because you know what time it is? It is time for our weekend warm-up. So you already know we're gonna pass it on over to Cuddy. As I said,
warmed up is exactly what I am. Kicking it off, we got Finish Line Friday, the Halloween edition, brought to you by Club Doghouse. This is featuring my boy Moneybag Buzz, Jazz from Seattle, Master E, and many more. It's going down. So this is happening Friday, October 31st at Club Dollhouse from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Make sure to bring your favorite costume, pop out, get you some ones, and let's have fun. Next, we got Sinners and Saints Afro-Ween, brought to you by Show Out Entertainment and Afri Connects. This is a Afrobeats Halloween party happening Saturday, November 1st at Hidden Gym from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Tickets can be found now via Eventbrite. Also on Saturday, I talked to you about this event before, but hey, I'm telling you it again. We got Scarioke, brought to you by Ill-Equid Events. Okay, this is also happening November 1st. That's a Saturday. All right, and you want to make sure you get your tickets because you know that you're not getting that location until you get it. So hey, tickets are $35 right now, but in 2 days it's going up. So make sure that you get your tickets now. Hit your favorite Ill-Equid member and hey, tap in because it's going up for Scarioke. And if you want to be my background dancer or something, just hit me up. I got rehearsals coming up. It's going down. And wrapping up my weekend warm-up Sunday, HG Fitness presents Hustle and Flow. This is going to be a 45-minute boxing class and a 30-minute yoga session. So I'll be tapped in with Cappies. I get a little core power yoga in. So this is a dope event. This is happening Sunday, November 2nd at Orion Sports Club in Kirkland from 8:45 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Tickets can be found now via Eventbrite. So I'm gonna keep sipping my coffee and get warm. Basic, you feel me? What you about to put them on with?
Well,
warm me up.
First and foremost, my first event is a Halloween silent disco, okay? And I thought this was actually really cute, okay? So first of all, the first 50 tickets sold guarantees your headphones, which means after those 50 tickets, you're gonna have to buy your own headphones, okay? However, vibe-wise, you're able to switch between different channels. So you have rap, hip-hop, trap, dubstep, house. It's just gonna be a vibe, okay? They're saying it's no mercy, no breaks, just wall-to-wall shaking bass in your ears. But there's also a costume contest, right? So there's $200 for the best group, $100 for the best couple, and $50 for the best person that just rolls up looking like a schmoody would, all right?
They have a group costume contest?
Yes.
Oh, somebody got to go as white chicks. They're going to win. Hey, and I told you, so I need a cut out of that 200. Just send me $50. You be good. Y'all bust down to 150.
And then they got to hit the little dance with it.
Come on. They got to hit the dance. They got to hit the dance.
It's mandatory. It's mandatory.
Come on.
And then you got to sing that one song. What's the song that they sing in the car?
Making my way downtown, walking fast. Come on. Hey, you gonna get the dub, bro. I'm telling you, just bust it down with us. Me and Besa gonna break bread because we just gave you the plug.
Period.
And then, you know, scratch my back, I'm gonna scratch yours.
Buy me some nachos or something.
Come on.
This is happening over at EDM Nightclub and Lounge. This is located at 2817 Wheaton Way over in Bremerton. And then of course, yeah, you know, Bremerton is a schmoody wood. And then you can grab your tickets right now over at Eventbrite. My next one is R&B Fest. You know I love a good R&B moment. This is happening over at Trinity Nightclub. Tickets are available over at R&B Fest American Tour. So this is another one of those events that isn't necessarily localized, but you already know when they happen, and they have these big events that go all around the country. Everybody and their mama ends up being there, and then you just end up seeing it on TikTok and Instagram. So you're getting your little warning now to definitely pull up. They're gonna be playing all of your good R&B music. Like I said, it's going to be over at Trinity Nightclub. The event is from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it says last entry at 5 p.m. So it's sounding like after 5 p.m. you won't be able to get in. Don't quote me, this ain't my event, but definitely go to the website to get more information.
Punctuality is going to be key for that one.
Be on time.
No CP time or YP time or WP time, you know, it's all the same.
Absolutely. And by the way, the Halloween Silent Disco is going down on Friday. R&B Fest is happening on Saturday. Now, my next event that's happening on Saturday is Joey Badass is going to be in town, and he'll be performing over at Showbox Soto. Of course, you can grab those tickets right now over at the Showbox Soto website. Now for my next event, this one is actually going down on Saturday. It is the Black and Gold Masquerade, celebrating 12 years of Build 206. Check this out, friends. So this weekend, it is all about community, legacy, and Black excellence, okay? You're gonna wanna pull on up to the Royal Esquire, yes, the one down in Columbia City. Why? Because, as I said, Build 206, aka Brothers United in Leadership Development, are celebrating 12 years of empowering Black men and boys through mentorship, advocacy, and love for the community that raised us. Ain't that nice? Now, this night is more than just a celebration. Why? Because proceeds from the event is actually going to support Build member and my big bro, and a lot of our big bros over here at Converge, Daryl Glover, as he continues his fight against cancer and kidney failure, okay? So look, by the way, love you, Daryl. Look, grab your mask. If you don't have, some of y'all probably got a mask, but we won't judge you for that, okay? Grab your mask and your crew, pull up. This is going to be a really dope Black and Gold event, okay? We really want to honor Build 206 and their 12 years. And let me tell you something, Build 206 knows how to party, all right? Deontay Damper, as you guys know, we still got to get you on the show, by the way, Deontay. But I actually went to his birthday party. He had a whole roast for his birthday, and all of his Build brothers and everybody else in the room, child, sat there and roasted Deontay. We've had their gala featured on Back to Besa. Like, these guys know how to have an amazing time, but they also really are supporting our community. Now, some things that you should know about Build 206. It was founded in 2013. Yes, it's a grassroots collective of Black men empowering one another to lead, mentor, and uplift the community. And their mission is to instill pride, hope, and perseverance in Black men while creating opportunities for growth and leadership. Build focuses on civic engagement, leadership development, mentorship, and community partnerships across the greater Seattle area. And they do so much more, okay? It doesn't even stop there. So definitely make sure that you head on over to build206.com to grab your tickets. Be sure to pull on up to the Royal Esquire this Saturday. Get your joy on, okay? And by the way, I love that they are all about having Black joy moments, okay? They said it is a form of resistance, and I love that for them, okay? So definitely make sure you pull up this Saturday. Tell them that Besa Gordon sent you, child, and have a good time. And also, it is another way, once again, for us to support our brother. Daryl Glover. And then on Sunday, the Seattle Hip Hop Film Festival 2025 is going down. This will be over at Washington Hall. You're able to grab those tickets over at filmfreeway.com/Seattle Hip Hop Film Festival /tickets. I know that was a mouthful, but you can do it. Now, for my last event that I know Cuddy is going to love.
Now let's get ready for this one because they was already BS before we started. So what's the event?
So it's going down on Saturday. Starts at 7 p.m. and it's going to be at Abnormal Theater or
venue name. Strike one.
Admiral. No, it's at I don't know. ADMIRAL.
Close enough.
Admiral Theater.
Oh, Admiral?
Yeah.
Oh, all right,
so
that's a little
Admiral
safer.
Theater.
So that's a yellow flag, not a red one.
The event is called Serial Killers with Dr. Scott.
I almost left. Hey, what's up, bro? Like, can we bring some peace? You had me with the R&B party. You feel me? I was gonna step in the name of love and all that. But serial killer, what? Yeah, figure it out, bro. Figure it out. Keep going. Tell him about the event with the serial killers, and yeah, tell him.
So the event starts at 7 o'clock.
You should be late to this one. Punctuality is not key to this one.
So, okay. The curious appeal of the world's most terrifying murderers. And let me see. They're talking about Dennis Radar, who is the BTK Strangler.
Ooh. BTK? What that mean?
I don't know. Google it. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make sure it ain't okay. Mm-hmm.
David Bolkerwitz, son of Sam.
Oh, he sound like
Rex Humerman, the alleged Long Island serial killer, and of course Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, not Jeffrey.
Oh my God.
Not Jeffrey. Hey, you guys have fun, bro. I personally like my sleep, and just like to enjoy my dreams.
It is Halloween time, Curtis.
I told you. Halloween time. You know what I look forward to? Watching Nightmare Before Christmas. That's about it. I do like the little, when you dress up in funny costume characters. You see, we said white chicks. You're talking about serial killers. Like, no, there's a difference. I like that type of Halloween, the comedy side.
You know everybody that dresses up as a clown is technically dressing up as John Wayne Gacy, right?
As who? John Wayne? Who you say?
John Wayne Gacy?
John Wayne Gacy. Who's that?
You don't have me Googling stuff on set, child.
Oh, we need to have the little thing pop up in the corner, the little live feed, Screen record, the screen record like an iPhone.
Pops in with some additional information.
Yeah, have Eric in the back Googling up,
facts.
pop it on the thing.
So apparently it's a 90-minute show. Dr. Bond reveals the psychological hungers that drive the likes of Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer to kill repeatedly with impunity and no remorse.
See, no remorse. See, they don't even care that they're doing y'all like this.
Tickets are available at ci.ovationtix.com. That's my last event for now.
She would save that for last. She did it out of order, everything. That was on Saturday. But look, though. Y'all be cool, bro. And just tap in with Almost the Weekend, PNW on Instagram. Let me know how that went. Send me your little videos, recaps, make it real or something. Because I'm going to live through you. I ain't going.
I can't even see through my contacts right now.
Man, you don't need to see to know that, man. Because, hey.
Well.
Good luck.
With that being said, Cuddy.
It's time for a break, and it's much needed.
It's time for a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by my good sis, Trey Renee for City Beats. Of course, it's almost the weekend.
Treat your loved ones with your favorite holiday tradition, the Nutcracker. Performed by PNB's incredible company of dancers to the live magic of the PNB Orchestra at Seattle Center's McCaw Hall. For tickets, visit pnb.org.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon, and right now it is time for City Beats with my girl Trey Renee to find out what is going down over in Portland.
All right, here we go. This weekend, come on, it's Halloween weekend. But you know what? I think I want to highlight Dia de Muertos, PDX. This is a fun one, okay? This is going down Saturday at the Red in Portland. It's the annual Dia de Muertos. It returns again for 2 days. 2 days of remembrance and celebration. So this marks actually the 17th year of Portland's Dia de Muertos celebration. All are welcome, okay, including kids. Kids are free, but there is a requested donation of $15 per person for the grown folks. That being said, I read that no one will be turned away for lack of funds. Okay, this is a celebration. They're trying to be very inclusive. So if you don't have the 15, give what you can, and you will be allowed entry. Now, a portion of the proceeds will benefit immigration counseling services, which we all know very necessary, especially during these days and times. It can be very scary. Halloween, I'm not trying to be funny. It is very scary, but this is a celebration. So we're going to take it back to Dia de Muertos, PDX. Saturday it starts 1 p.m. at the Red in Portland. So this should be very fun, and it's a family affair, and we need to celebrate family and come together during times like this. Now, that being said, you ready to be spooked out a little bit? The Witching Happy Hour. McMenamin's most haunted bars host ghost tours. Are you into that sort of thing, Besa? Are you into like the spooky sort of thing and tours and whatnot?
I am, but Cuddy is not. So like one of the picks that I had was Cuddy be like, I'm leaving the set. What are we talking about? I'll be talking about like serial killer events where they're talking about the stories of that, haunted events. And he's just like, what the what?
Yeah, I don't like it when it gets to be a little too real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want no Ed Gein situation, trying chainsaw coming after me. I don't want none of that nonsense.
No. We don't need that because,
Okay.
But,
good.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of that to go around, and these ghost tours are all over Portland. Everybody's having a lot of fun. And so I think you should too. So that's what's popping in Portland this weekend. And happy Halloween and Dia de Muertos.
Big shout out to Trey Renee for always tapping in with us and letting us know what is going down in the Rose City. And please make sure that you check out her TV show, Situations and Conversations, and also tap in with her over on Jammin' 107.5 in the middays. In the meantime, between time, look, we're going to go to a commercial break, but when we return, it is time for Artist Corner. Y'all talking about a vibe shift? Yeah, well, the biggest vibe shift happens when you decide to run the show. This year, we're not just setting trends, we're setting policy. It's free, it's powerful, and honestly, it's the most important thing you'll do all month. If you can make it to the cookout, you can make it to the ballot box. No excuses. Stop letting folks who always vote make the rules for folks who never vote. Your voice is the loudest voice in the city, but only if you use it. So vote.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. It's your boy Cuddy here, and this is another Artist Corner. And today I'm going to be highlighting my dog Peezy, as him and the Players Only team have now kicked off a student initiative, which will be a young men's after-school group program. So first, let me tell you how you can get involved. Starting in 2 weeks, like I said, he'll be running an after-school men's group program for high school students. The main focuses will be dealing with life before and after high school, financial literacy, and he's gonna sprinkle a little ism for you as well, you feel me, that you might need. And then he will only be selecting 8 students. If you would like to get involved and if you want to learn and are interested in a higher style of living, you would need to write him a 250-word essay describing who you are, what goals you have currently, and what experiences you go through. And you can email this to itspeezy100@gmail.com. That is going to be itspeezy100@gmail.com. And the title of it with your name and grade. So, hey, shout out to Lil Bro with this. Forget the little bro. He's doing big things. Yes, he's younger than me, but hey, he's doing things in a big way, and a lot of things that grown men haven't even took the initiative to do. So the fact that he's giving back to these younger students and being able to help be an asset to guide these guys into that next chapter, and with him being able to reach back to them and do this, I think this is a dope idea. I think it's what Seattle music needs. I think it's what Seattle youth needs as a whole, to just another outlet, another form of just getting involved, you know, instead of the traditional programs that have been implemented in school before or not there and much needed. So shout out to Peezy, shout out to Players Only and your team. You guys are doing great things. And hey, tap in with bro. So all students out there, make sure to get that essay in. 250 words is not a lot, and at the end of the day, you're just vouching for yourself. So invest in your future now. Tap in with Peezy and Players Only. And that is the Artist Corner. You're watching Almost the Weekend.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon, and it is time for Community Corner. And today we will be joined by Josalyn Ford, who is the Chief Advancement Officer over at the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I love that intro. That was good. I like that.
I told you it's chill Bill around here.
Yeah, I love it.
So, okay, let's start here. Like I said, you are the Chief Advancement Officer over at the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle. What does that mean?
Wow, the Chief Advancement Officer of the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle, but any Chief Advancement Officer position, our intention is to advance the mission of an organization. So we make sure that we're out in community and we're sharing messaging. We're talking about things that matter with respect to our mission, our vision, and our values. And all of that is to make sure that by the time somebody comes around and learns about us, they know exactly what we're about. So that's really what that title means. With my years of experience, I also work with respect to fundraising. So I get two roles in this. I get to advance the mission and then encourage people to give and invest in that mission on behalf of the Urban League.
Okay, nice. Now, and speaking of the mission, you guys are celebrating 95 years of service this year. Yes.
That
is huge.
Huge.
So what does that legacy mean to you and the organization right now?
Yeah, thank you for that. So I am a born and raised Seattleite girl. I did leave, I did leave and go to Clark Atlanta University for 5 years, not 4, because I had a really good time. But I also am a direct legacy of a family who lived in the Central District, and the Urban League was around at that time. And so growing up, you knew that the Urban League was in the community on behalf of community. You knew that they were helping people out with the programs and services around workforce, education, housing, and financial empowerment. And so as someone who benefited off of that with advocacy in mind, coming into a space now where I work for them in that 95 years, to even hear an organization be around for 95 years, a Black-led organization, and a Black woman-led organization, I think it says a lot about legacy and longevity. And to me, and for me, it's also about sustainability, right? And so every time someone asks me why I chose the Urban League, why am I working with the Urban League, it really has to do with the fact that they invested into me within that 95 years, and it's only right for me to do the same thing and give back in that respect.
Nice. Now, within, having 95 years of, this is like the 95th birthday, if you will, you guys have a really jam-packed 2026 coming up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the things that are going down in 2026. Let's break it down.
Yeah, so this is where I start to not stress about my job, because it's a lot that goes into it. But I'll start by sharing that when I came on to the Urban League, I created what's called our signature event series. And that really sits within the birth of, or really the birthplace of our breakfast. Our breakfast has been around, it'll be 25 years next year. And so when I came on, our CEO, Michelle Merriweather, said, hey, I'd love to really grow this out. And so we enveloped our Summer Resource Festival in there. And then as well, this year we had a Rhythm and Soul Legacy Gala that featured Lettucey and Zach Bruce and the SOB Band. And then, of course, we had, which we did not expect to have, but we did. We had our Guild event for Women Trailblazing in the state of Washington, which you were honored in that as well.
I sure was.
And so we took all of those events and we actually decided that we wanted to carry those over into 2026. So we will have our Resource Festival again, and that will happen in the August timeframe, but we also are going to include a concert next year, a benefit concert. I can't say too much about it because we're in the early planning stages of it, but we have that going on. Oh my gosh, we also have the Rhythm and Soul Legacy Gala happening again, which you're hearing it here first. We have not announced it until now. We also have our breakfast. We also have our breakfast again. So this year, our breakfast is welcoming the incomparable Mrs. Michelle Obama. Next year, we're already working on another notable speaker to come that we hope everyone joins us for. Goodness, what else do we have? We have, Lord, oh, yes. We also have our guild event again, where we will be honoring Black women in Washington State. And then, which I'm really excited about, we will have a Young Professionals Masquerade Ball next year to really highlight and celebrate our young Black professionals and professionals of color in communities. So there's a jam-packed 2026. Nothing intimidating, nothing too big, but definitely a lot of amazing opportunities for people to join us.
Now, for the events that are a part of like that legacy series, how are you guys keeping them fresh?
Yeah, great question. One of the things that my team and I do is, one, I'm actually glad to be the oldest on my team, but not too old. I'm still
Don't get it twisted.
Spring
okay?
chicken. But a lot of my staff are young professionals. And so my aim with hiring them and really even adopting them was to let them tell me, you know, what's happening in the community, what things should we be made aware of, what things are getting old, and what can we actually get out of the way so that we can welcome in new. And so even this year with the Rhythm and Soul Legacy Gala, that was hosted by our young professionals, right? And so making sure that we had young professionals in the room, or with our breakfast, really holding true to making sure that we're keeping things and keeping our pulse on the radar of what's being talked about in community. But also there's still that chance to get that legacy in place. So we still hear from our elders and honoring those who've gone before us, and them saying, hey, I'd love to see this, to make sure that we're honoring people who've created pathways for us to be successful as an organization. And on top of all of that, it matters to me as our Chief Advancement Officer that I hear from community. So we survey our community after events. What can we be staying on top of? What are things that we should avoid, or what are things that we should be made aware of? And in all of those things, and I say this all the time, I'm in service to community. And so that's how you keep things as fresh as possible, is remaining in service to community, and then containing that information so that you can create some stability on behalf of that same community. It's late for me.
It's all good, because of course, it's almost the weekend.
Thank you for that, Grace.
Now, I'm curious to know more about the youth event that you have coming up next year also. And we'll talk about the one that's coming up in about a week or two. But that one's new, that's coming up next year. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So our Young Professionals of Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle is an auxiliary group. And it's really comprised of volunteers that we recruit on behalf of young Black professionals in community. What we've seen in the past, I would say 3 to 4 years, is an increase in transplants that have come into the Seattle area. And whether they're working for Microsoft or Google or Amazon, they are looking for community, and they're looking for home and representation. And so we've taken on the charge of making sure that they have that. And so the event that we're hosting is really centered on welcoming them into that space so that they can see 3 things. One, they can see that there is a hub for them to be able to celebrate their Black excellence, celebrate their Blackness, and unashamed, right? Like, this is who we are, because we are not a monolith. Yeah. 2, we are a space that really promotes and develops professionals and young professionals. There has to be succession planning in all areas of organizations or companies, and our job is to really advocate for that, but also to curate and create space. So we celebrate that. And last but not least, fun. Going to work every day, giving 8 hours a day, and as a young professional who oftentimes doesn't feel seen or heard, you want to come into a space where you can release and let go, and let us be that space, safe, for sure, but also, again, stable, so that it's not just a one moment, it's a movement situation.
Now, staying on like the youth, you guys do have the event that's happening on November 6th, which is your Young Professionals Open House. What is that? What's going down?
Oh, I cannot wait for that, because it's an opportunity for young Black professionals and young professionals of color to come into a space and tell me, as the affiliate liaison, what they're looking for as we move and forge ahead. We've had this young professionals group for a while, and we're getting to a point where I selfishly want to recalibrate a bit and make sure that we're offering things that are in alignment with our mission, vision, values, but also that looks and sounds and represents them. And so this open house is intended for them to bring their friends who are ages 21 through 40. We will have some giveaways. We have floor seats to the Cardi B concert that's coming up. We also have a round trip ticket courtesy of Alaska Airlines. We have 2 tickets to the breakfast. But overall, you get to eat, you get to mingle, you get to network, and you get to tell me what you're looking for from our organization.
And I will say this, after going to that guild event, y'all be feeding people.
I'm telling you, this is the thing. When I went to my first my first day at the Urban League, they had food. And I was like, ooh, okay, wait a minute. There's no salad. But we feed, because as you know, in our community, we love 3 things. We love family, food, and we love fellowship. And so that's what we do. That's what we aim to provide.
Absolutely. Now, is there anything else that's going on in Q1 that you definitely want our audience to know about?
Honestly, yes. We have our ULMS Guild's Washington Women Trailblazers Award brunch. I'm still coming up with the full name, so give me some grace. But that's happening in March in honor of Women's History Month. And so we're working on that in Q1. I'm really excited for that event. The Guild is ages 40 and up, so I'm in that space. But being able to honor Black women in Washington is something that I think needs to happen. Oftentimes we get into spaces where we don't know that there are literal trailblazers in our community that have paved the way. And so even when we honored you and we honored a few other young Black women professionals, it was beautiful to be able to hear older Black women say things like, I'm very proud to know that there has been a path blazed and trailblazed for Besa or for a few other Black young professionals. And so that event's happening in Q1. And at the same time, we are aiming by Q2, but in Q1 to really start to kick off our concert, our benefit concert. Yeah.
And then for those that might, obviously you just rattled off a lot of events, okay?
Yes.
Like I need like a sidebar. We were talking about how we need sidebars on the show earlier. It's like I just need a sidebar that just has all the different events right there. Where can people learn more about these upcoming events and just keep up with them? And so that way they're not like, for example, the breakfast that's coming up right now is already sold out.
Yes. And it's been sold out for a while and in 7 minutes at that, which is nuts. But I would say subscribing to the Urban League is the first and I would say most prioritized thing. And you can do that by just going to urbanleague.org and signing up. You can also become a friend of the league, and you can do that by just donating $75 to get started. You could donate it for a year, you could donate it quarterly, or you can donate it monthly. And then most of all, and something that I always tell my colleagues is to follow us on our socials, and mainly because we are always sharing something on our socials. I think that we have a really nice amount of footprint on our social media. But I think my request of anyone who wants to be positioned with us, and it's something that is near and dear to my heart, is to really trust us with what we're sharing around the things that we want to do on behalf of community, and especially with these events. What we learned this year that was a very real reality for us, and a great data point is that people want this. People really want to have opportunity to have fun and see lettucey and all these things, but that takes investment. That takes really signing up and leaning in and hearing from us, but also us hearing from them on what they want to see. So to be involved, it's subscribing, it's investing, and then it's letting us know what you want to see in community.
Awesome sauces. Well, shoot, y'all, definitely make sure you're pulling up at least November 6th to the Young Professionals Open
my
House.
gosh,
That definitely sounds like it's going to be a schmooty woot. And again, pretty sure y'all going to be able to eat good, so you might as well come hungry. Maybe a little snack
we
so you're
will
not
feed
feeling
you.
famished or anything like that. But Be ready to eat. I love it. In the meantime, in between time, Josalyn, I want to thank you for coming on Almost the Weekend, telling us all about what you guys having coming up next year, and then also some of the things that you have going on this year. Now, you guys know my buddy Cuddy is not with me, but friends, it is time for a quick break. And guess what? When we come back, we'll be joined by my girl, Elisha Michelle. Of course, it's Almost the Weekend.
Chicago, celebrating more than 25 years of Broadway razzle-dazzle. Paint the town again. Chicago the Musical. We're hotter than ever.
Get tickets at stgpresents.org.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon, and right now, my buddy Cuddy is taking a quick break. He's probably over there sipping on some coffee still. But in the meantime, in between time, I have a really, really dope guest with me. We talked about her last week in the Halloween event that she had coming up. Her name is Elisha Michelle, and if you watch Back to Besa, you actually will recognize her from her legendary AF events. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Absolutely. Look, I'm excited to talk with you because, first of all, I feel like there's like 3 different tiers to Elisha Michelle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think anyone that's ever met you will be like, huh, who are we getting today?
Yeah.
In the best way, though.
Yeah.
So let's start with, for those that just might be confused, who is Elisha Michelle?
Okay, that's a lot. How long do we have here? So I throw events. I'm an influencer. I go to school. I'm a mom. I have a podcast. I feel like I'm like just that someone who just likes to try a whole bunch of different things and see where I land. And so far, so good. I got good, I got good traction going on here.
Got some good footing going on around there. Now let's talk about. Child, let's talk about this podcast.
Yes.
First of all, I remember when I first added you on Facebook, I saw that you went live a lot.
Yes.
But then I also noticed that you had the podcast.
Yes.
So for those that don't realize, because they are not the same thing, what are the vibes with I want to say it's the Legendary Dope podcast?
Yes. Legendary Dope Show I started in 2020 just because, the world had stopped doing stuff and I needed something to do.
Yeah.
And I was given the opportunity to start my own podcast, and I came up with Legendary Dope Show, where I know so many amazing people who are, artists or creatives of any kind, business owners, and I just wanted to highlight my friends and treat them like we treat famous people because they're famous in my eyes. So I like to interview my friends and just get to know them and use my platform to give them the exposure that they deserve. And yeah, I've been doing it for a while now. I love it. We just talk about anything. I have done interviews. We've talked about topics like colorism and dating and what it's like to co-parent. We've covered a lot of bases, but yeah, it's really fun, and it feels almost like therapy. I love doing podcasting.
Don't you have a co-host too?
So L Rock is my executive producer. He is he's an artist. He raps, and he's also very tech savvy. So he does all the behind the scenes stuff for my podcast. Makes me look all cool and stuff, and all the graphics. And so he taps in and has commentary, and we talk back and forth. So he is a part of I guess I would call him my co-host. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's on the
Yeah.
flyer.
that flyer, it kind of started off as a joke, and I was like, let's run with it.
Let's
keep it. Yeah.
Now, I do have to ask, because I haven't been online as of late, did you have Jake from State Farm on the show?
So, shout out to Jake. First of all, he's going to be so hyped because he loves you. He was like, I said, Besa mentioned us on her show last week. He was like, no way. He's like, I love her.
Oh.
And so we did not do the show yet. We are going to do the show on Friday.
Okay.
I had to make sure that he was staying out of trouble.
Okay.
And so we're good to go.
Priorities.
Yes.
Okay, priorities.
Yes.
I'm not mad about that. I'm curious to know, I feel that you are so connected within the city. Well, you know what? I feel rude. I didn't even ask you. How was your Halloween event?
It was wonderful. I had a Halloween event. I locked in a sponsorship and marketing deal with Zawadi Vodka, which is a local vodka company here, and they just are trying to get their word out on this, on their business. And I did a merger with that, and it was a lot of fun. We had it at Rise and Shine Cabaret Cafe. Tony is amazing business lady, and she's a fire dancer. As I don't know if that's the technical term, but she literally dances with fire. And so it was entertaining and music, and it was great. Exceeded my expectations.
She said she literally dances with fire.
It was lit, no cap.
Okay. Well, okay. So speaking of things that are lit, your events are always a vibe, man. Like, what really got you into throwing different events out here?
I started throwing events 20 years ago.
Wow.
It was really just my birthday parties. I was one of those people who was always busy. I did not have a lot of time for my friends, and I treated my birthday like, okay, if you guys want to see me, this is the time, and then I go back into hibernation. I think people kind of don't understand I'm very introverted in my normal life, so when I get my friends together, I want it to be big, once or twice, let's get it done. But I started doing it 20 years ago, and then it kind of just turned into something more, where it turned into more public events and just putting together stuff for the community, because I know so many amazing people. I feel like I have a great set of friends from every which way that you could think of, and bringing them together is very easy for me, so I love that.
And then, you know, the atmosphere. I feel like the atmosphere that you curate is very much so you. Like, you might walk into a room and be like, ooh, this crowd. But then but I don't know, I think it's just because it's your event, everybody just knows how to act. I've never gone to one of your events and there's been any drama. There's never, but you might peek in there and be like, is this
gonna be all right? Yeah.
Is that person here and that person's here? But I just really feel like, and it could just be, you know, my assumption, but I feel that it has something to do with yourself in making it to where people just have a certain respect for your events.
I feel like it is definitely a blessing that I have the acceptance of my community, and they do have a lot of respect for me. And I know that a lot of them are in rooms with people that they might not necessarily be fond of, but they all put that to the side for the greater good of the community and the events that I throw. So I'm very fortunate for that. And also, I would like to say at almost every one, if there is like people that are kind of like at odds with each other, they usually make up at my events. They usually do.
Or just stay on the other side of the room.
Yes, that too.
Now, speaking of your events, they're always themed, right?
Yes.
Your last legendary AF mixer or mixer networking event show,
network, yeah.
It's a lot. In the best way. Yes, production. It was a fashion show.
Yes.
How do you come up with the different themes?
I just, whatever I feel, I kind of have a list already in my head, and then I kind of say what is fitting for right now. It's just what I kind of see on social media, what's trending. I wanted to do fashion for the summer just because I was like, okay, this will be good time for people to really step out with the fashion. It's not raining, it's not super cold. So I decided to do fashion that time. But I kind of just have a list of things that I have planned for events or things that I see. I do a lot of Pinterest and TikToks and look at themed parties, and I'm like, ooh, I want to do that next, put it on the list. And whenever it fits in, I can do it.
And then, you know, at both of the events that I went to of yours, you had performers. Why is that so important for you?
I really love our music scene out here. I think that it does not get showcased as much as it should be. And I just want to use my platform to showcase the people that I listen to in my car on the way going to work and, you know, driving somewhere with my friends, because our music scene is really diverse and cool. And we don't get a lot of credit for it. So anytime that I can bring awareness to it, I will do that.
And then going even more into your events, like, for example, the first one, and what I really loved about it was not only was there networking, not only was there good music, not only were there some cool performances to where I got to notice some different artists, but you also had these like different booths, these different stations where people were able to sit down and get interviewed by different podcasts and even radio shows. What made you add that aspect in?
I want to create a space where we can have fun but also be productive. I think that that's kind of missing from just some of the scenes where people are like, okay, well, you go to the club and you just kind of stand there and you're not doing anything. And we have this community now where we're doing things where we're incorporating paint and sips and, you know, things where we're actually doing stuff. So I really just want us to be able to be productive but also have a good time. And it's almost like a little bit of training We're all creatives. We need to be able to feel comfortable in front of the camera and feel like we are somebody. So let someone interview you, you know?
That's always very weird for me. I'm typically doing the interviewing.
I'm hoping to get you on the Legendary Dope Show. No pressure.
We will talk about that. Now, let me ask you this. A lot of your things are called legendary blank, right? Yeah. To you, what does being legendary mean?
Just being authentically yourself, being someone that you can be proud of when you look in the mirror, someone that just manifests and goes for the gold. Like, don't second guess it. I think growing up, I was very shy, very timid. I did not talk a lot. Like I said, normally I'm very, very introverted in my everyday life. And so it's almost like me stepping out of my comfort zone. So legendary is just being all that you know that you can be.
And then speaking of that, and for those that might be timid, like I said, you go live all the time on Facebook. So I don't know if that's like your diary or your way of being like, okay, we're just gonna step out today. What advice do you have for people whenever they do go live? Because I feel like a lot of people want to go live on social media, but they just don't really know how to start. They feel awkward and they just never do it.
Going live for me is actually practice. I get a little bit of anxiety. And so I like to practice, and I feel like live is one of those places where I can do that comfortably. Also, I like to show the fact that I think social media kind of gives this perception that a lot of our lives are perfect. A lot of the time you will just see me on live. My hair's not done. I don't have any makeup on. This is really me. But we're gonna have some good conversations. You're gonna laugh. We're gonna learn something. So I really just do it for the practice, to be able to learn, like, to talk better, interact with people. Yeah, I would definitely say just do it. Yeah. Just do it. Just go live and see where it goes. I kind of save like my Snapchats where I practice scripts and stuff. So
People still use Snapchat?
Yes, I do. I mean, I don't post all the time, but I like the filters. I use the filters.
Maybe I should log back into mine and see what's going on over there.
It can get scary, but it's also a nice place.
Okay. And then marketing wise, I think that sometimes out here, people just don't really know how to properly market their event. And if I'm not mistaken, you have like a marketing company or at least a marketing team. Or maybe you're the marketing team.
Well, so right now I am currently going to UW-T for marketing, and I'll graduate next year. It's been something that I've just kind of had a knack for and kind of learned with social media. I do work with a team. LX3 Entertainment is a company that I'm part of. It's a bunch of creatives, like-minded like myself. We're all good at different things, and we just come together for the greater good of community and creating stuff. And so just having that support from them is amazing. We put stuff together all the time, and marketing is just, you have to create a network within who you know and what you know. I will do different type of tactics of how can I market this? How can I get visibility on the internet? Legendary AF, my manager, who probably curses me down every time I ask him to do one, he made 53 flyers for the last Legendary event. We made sure to put everybody anybody who was performing, anyone who was doing anything to do with Legendary AF got a flyer. It just creates the visibility. So we just try different things and see what works.
Wow, it's like that mass marketing.
Yeah.
Because then each person has their own audience and they're helping to promote your event at that point.
Yes.
And then do you have any advice for influencers? Because, Elisha Michelle, I guess you guys don't know, she'll post something on Facebook and it instantly just goes crazy.
I don't know why it does that. But I just stay consistent with the content. Be true to yourself. You have to, don't try to be like someone else. Be yourself, and you will see if that's going to create an audience of people who like you for who you are. So I don't try to people like to copy and paste stuff. I try to make real original content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like things that are genuinely true to yourself.
Yes. I make fun of my dating life. Yeah, I poke fun at myself. I think you have to just be vulnerable. People really like that when they can see that you're just like them.
Yeah. And you're not overthinking it.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't overthink the content. You'll have all that stuff in the drafts. Put them out.
Put it out. Just put it out.
Yep.
Get it out there. Live your life and move on and act like it never even
That's
happened.
it.
My favorite poster ones were all like post something and then I'll put the phone down and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I posted that. And then it's actually doing well. But it's like you didn't overthink it. You posted it. You walked away.
Yep.
And now it's going to do what it's going to do.
A lot of my viral moments have been that.
Gotta
Put the
love
phone
it.
down, didn't even think about it.
Now, what else is Elisha Michelle up to?
Right now, I'm working on this partnership that I have with Zawadi Vodka. I plan on doing a couple events. I've been taking a little bit of a break just because I really want to focus on school. It's like the home stretch. And I'm like, okay, we're really locked in at school, senior year. Everyone's like, okay, what's next? Is it internships? Is it like following our dreams? So I've really been locked in with that. I am going to dabble and do a couple more events before the end of the year, like a Friendsgiving and like a Christmas party, and really just work on Legendary AF, which will be next February. And I kind of already have a theme for it, so I'm really excited. Just working on that, bigger events, making sure that my level of influence stays relevant and, you know, doing stuff for the community.
I love that. Now, I do want to ask you some rapid fire questions. First one is, what's your go-to song to get hyped before an event?
Let me see. I have a couple. I like Cardi B, Get Up 10. I like Mana Leo. What is it? I can't remember the name of it, but anything from her, it slaps. Let's see. I like a lot of Kanye, and I listen to a lot of local artists too.
Okay. And then one word to describe your energy on event night.
Crazy.
Fair. Signature drink order. What's in your cup?
I've really been into like the lemon drops lately. Yeah, real like, you know, because it has a fancy cup and whatnot. And can't go wrong with a mimosa.
These are big facts.
With vodka in it.
Fair. Dream collab. Who would you love to throw an event with?
Besa Gordon.
Well, we can definitely work that. We can talk about that. And we have talked about that. We just need to do it.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, I would love to work with you. I would love to work with anybody in this area, in the region, that's just wanting to do stuff, like create a positive atmosphere for people. I really am big on like working with the ladies. I feel like in our society, they try to pit us against each other. We can't ever, you just have to like one or the other. Why can't you like everybody? And why can't we all work together? So I really want to work with ladies on collaborations with events and stuff like that.
That way it's like you don't get to choose. You get all of us.
Yes, exactly.
What's your favorite themed party you've ever done?
Favorite themed party that I've ever done? That is a good question. There has been so many. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I think one of my favorite ones was we did the holiday party. It was like Friday After Next. And so people dressed up like the characters from Friday After Next, Miss Shirley with the mustache and, you know, the Santa Claus, you know, and Craig and Day Day and what was his name? The pimp and the girls.
Cat Williams.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that one. I love the costumes. I love the creativity. So definitely one of my favorites.
Damn, where was my invite? You know what? I don't need an invite, and I'm gonna tell you why.
You don't ever need an invite. You can come whenever you
well,
like.
It's not even that. I don't dress up. You know, like that's why I said I don't need to be there because I would be the boring person to not get dressed or do anything. So let me just stay in my lane and go to the events where I don't have to dress up.
It's never mandatory. It's always optional.
I know, but it just takes away the fun when you don't even try. Like you gotta.
Yeah, I get that.
You know?
I get that.
If you could host an event anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Good question. Anywhere in the world. I would love to throw an event in Africa.
Ooh.
Yeah, like Nigeria or something. Try to find me a husband while I'm out there as well.
Okay. Shoot, find me one too, child.
We got to go together.
Shoot, come back with freaking bags of money and a whole villa. Biggest legendary moment you've ever had on or off the mic?
The very first Legendary AF, I felt like I cried after that, like ugly, happy tears, probably for days. I was with my stylist. We were in my living room. We were sitting there laughing about how many fine men came to my event. Nobody got in, there was no drama or anything, but it was really, really fun. And everybody had such a great time, and the feedback and the content that came out of it was like for months people were posting stuff, and everyone was just thanking us for the opportunity to just be there. And I was like, wow, this is really happening, and we have to keep doing it. That was like the best moment.
And the food was good too, child.
Yes, it was. Shout out to McKinsey.
The food was foodin'. What's one thing people would be surprised to learn about you?
I'm an introverted person in my normal life. I work, I have a kid, I go to school, and I really have to give myself a pep talk before I go out and host events. I have to tell myself, all right, girl, you got this. You know, you're going to have to shake everyone's hand, give everybody hugs, and make sure that you got a smile on your face. And I think that that's one of the biggest things that people don't know about me, that I'm not always so bubbly and outgoing.
I think that's fair, though. I think that people don't realize when you're hosting an event, it can definitely be very nerve-wracking. Like, once it gets going, it's going. But before things start going, like, the instant thought is like, well, hopefully I don't stumble over my words, I don't fall on my face, or, you know, just all the things and anything and everything that can go wrong ends up going through your head.
Yes, for sure.
If your life had a theme song, what would it be?
Theme song? That's a good one. I so much different music right now. So I'm really like a Kanye fan, and I love Through the Wire. Like, that's like a timeless song for me, and I can just listen to that anytime. Like, you know, just I feel like I can overcome every obstacle listening to that song. It just touches my soul.
And then what's one thing that instantly makes an event not it for you?
I'm very big on the vibes, feeling the energy. I can feel when energy's bad. It's like as soon as somebody's voice get too loud or somebody start arguing, oh, would you look at the time? It is time for me to go. It was so nice to be here, and I'm already out the door and in the car before anybody even notices that I'm gone. So
time to go. Yeah. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. They're like, you gone? Yes, I'm at home.
And then my last question for you would be, what is one tip that you have for anyone that wants to start putting on events?
Do not be scared to try things. Do not be scared to fail. Parties are all about trial and error. Some are going to go good, some are going to go bad, but you have to put 100% into it and really utilize your resources. You probably have so many people around you that can help you with something like this, and do not be scared to ask them.
Awesome sauce. So the last thing I'm going to have you do, which might seem kind of random, but I think it's worth it. That is your camera right there, that third one, number 3. I'm going to have you look into that camera and tell everybody who you are and why they need to follow you on social media.
I'm Elisha Michelle, and you should follow me because I throw really great events. I have this really great podcast that highlights amazing people doing amazing things in our community. And, you know, I am also a girl's girl, and I follow people back as well. And I love to work with other people.
These are all big facts, okay? When is the next Legendary AF?
It'll be in February.
February? Mm-hmm. Awesome sauces. And in the meantime, between time, you said that you have some events that are supposed to be coming up later on in the year. So you guys want to definitely make sure that you are following Elisha Michelle so that way you are not missing out on the vibes. Otherwise, you're just going to only end up seeing it on our social medias and then be mad that you weren't there, okay? Okay. So until then, man, is there anything else that you want for the people to know?
No, I just want to thank you so much for having me. This is an absolute pleasure. And yeah, I just appreciate you 100 times over.
Awesome. Well, shoot, I appreciate you for pulling up because, child, it's raining, and you done made it in. Now, friends, look, we are going to go to another commercial break. But when we come back, I will be rejoined by Cuddy as we are going to be jumping into our weekend picks. Of course, it's almost the weekend.
Son of a Nutcracker. Join Buddy in Elf the Musical as he journeys from the North Pole to New York City with laughter, dazzling tap dancing, and the most holiday cheer. Elf the Musical runs November 28th through December 28th. Groups of 10 or more save big. Tickets at fifthavenue.org.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon.
And I'm Curtis Zogardo, a.k.a. Cuddy. Why did I just do that? Hey, I just want to let you know, Eric just put us on to like a new like gym as far as how we present ourselves on this camera. And I just tried to time it, and that was awkward. I like... because I didn't know if you were going to take it away or if we were going to say it at the same time. But that's why you got good teammates.
You know what? We always make it work.
Yeah.
Now, right now, it is time for our weekend picks.
Come on. Where you going?
I'm thinking Seattle Hip Hop Film Festival.
Ooh, that's gonna be a vibe.
That sounds
That's
pretty
at Washington Hall, right? Mm-hmm. Yep, that's gonna be lit. I'm gonna slide to Finish Line Fridays. I'm gonna be at the Dollhouse, popping in with my boy Buzz. And our good sis Jazz, who's been on Converge plenty of times. She's guest hosted Back to Basic plenty of times. You know, she's a vibe and always brings out a party. So
We gotta get her on the show.
yeah, we do. I'm gonna tell her on Friday
Do that.
at Club Dollhouse when we at Finish Line Friday from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Period.
Come on.
Now, with that being said, that is the end of this week's episode of Almost the Weekend. Of course, you guys can always keep up with me on social media at Besa Gordon. If you would like to advertise on Almost the Weekend, please reach out to advertise@whereweconverge.com. And then also, you guys know, and I always got to remind you, the weather is weathering, the traffic is still trafficking. And frankly, I don't know when we're doing our daylight savings, but I woke up the other day and it was 7 a.m. and it was still dark outside. So
Yesterday was the last sunset at 6 p.m.
It definitely feels about right.
Come on.
So make sure that you are saving yourself the headache of driving and just take Metro, the light rail, or you can even take a water taxi. So that way you don't have to deal with the frustrations of driving around. Somebody else will do it.
Come on. It's not a bad ordeal.
No.
But yeah, before I get out of here, you guys can always keep up with me at Cuddy the Sensei. That's CUDDYTHA Sensei. If you want your event featured on our event calendar via our website or mentioned here on the show, you can submit that at events@whereweconverge.com. I also want to take this time to remind you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can also follow our page at Almost the Weekend PMW. So tap in and just stay tuned for more updates and more lit events. And hey, seeing me and Besa just have a ball here on camera. So tap in.
Tap, tap, tap in.
Mandatory.
Period. And you told them to follow us on Instagram, right?
Yep. And I'm going to tell them again because, you know, they got to hear it multiple times and in multiple ways. See, I already gave it to them this way. Let me see the wipe. Bow. Now I'm going to tell you again. Follow us on Instagram at Almost the Weekend PNW. Follow Alt Coffee, Herbal Coffee that is, at Alt_X Coffee. Alt_X Coffee. Come on.
I know that's right. Well, shoot, we done got you your weekend warm-up. We done gave you our weekend picks and so much more. So you guys already know what time it is because we're going to hop up out of here. You know why? Because it's what, Cuddy?
It's almost the weekend.
It's almost the weekend.
Peace.
Bye, guys.